Okay, we're on to Chapter 10 now. We're going to start working in Word. Microsoft Word 2013, or simply Word, is a word processing program used to enter, edit, and change the appearance of text. Using Word, you can create all kinds of documents and make them attractive and easy to read. As part of the process, you often need to enter and edit text and change the way that text and paragraphs look to make the document easier to understand. In addition to entering text, you can create and insert tables and charts in documents and insert photos and drawings created in other programs. Word also has tools so you can check your spelling and grammar in a document, and of course you can preview and print your documents. Okay, so I've already got Word open. If you didn't have, you would go to your Start menu. If it's not in this quick open menu, you would go to all, mine is, but you would go to All Programs. You would look for your Office folder. Mine's Microsoft Office 2013. You'll look for your version 2010. I've told some of you that you could use 2010. So you would click that folder to expand it, and then you would find Word within that folder. Okay? So you would open up Word. When you work in Word, you can customize the workspace to suit your work style. We're going to go ahead and open up a blank document. Alright, and what you see right here, that character on your screen, is what they call non-printing characters. The one you see there is the character that marks the end of a paragraph. Space between words is marked with a dot. Your rulers here, if we go to the View tab, you can turn your rulers on and off. Okay. And the zoom, to zoom your view, is right down here at the bottom. You can zoom in closer. You can zoom way out. Alright. Set your zoom for right now on around 100 to 120% so that you can see your full paper there. Make sure it's maximized and not minimized. Right up here, you can close it from here. That's maximize and minimize. You can drop it to your tray, and then you would just click on it to bring it back up. Alright, so now we are going, and if you wanted to turn your non-printing characters on and off, that's there on the Home tab. You just click on it, and they go away. Okay, you can toggle it on and off. Now we're going to go ahead and save this document. So just hit your, looks like a disk, an old floppy disk. Just click on your save. It's going to open up your save as, because it's never been saved before. Computer should be chosen, but if it's not, click Computer and go to Browse. You would choose your path here. A lot of you may be saving on a flash drive, and you would scroll down here to Computer and you would see your removable disk. But I'm going to throw mine on my desktop. We're going to name it Letter. Alright, and then your extension, the .docx for a Word document, is already there, which is going to save this as a 2013 Word document. If you drop that down, you can see that you can change this to 97 through 2003, where it's compatible with older versions of Word. This one right under it would be your 2010, and then this is your 2013. 2013, 2010. We're going to go ahead and save it with the newest version. I've already got a copy out there where I've been playing with the tutorial. I'm going to replace mine. You shouldn't get that message. Okay, so we've saved it. Now you can see up here in your title that it's changed it to letter.docs, because that's what you've named it. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is when you enter text in a Word document, you simply start typing. The characters you type appear at the insertion point. Right here, your blinking bar, that's your insertion point. As you type, the text wraps to new lines as needed to accommodate the text. If you make errors as you type, you can press the backspace key, which deletes the characters and spaces to the left of the insertion point, one at a time, or you can also press the delete key, which deletes characters to the right of the insertion point, one at a time. When you press the enter key, a new paragraph is created. In Word, a paragraph can be several lines, one line, a single word, or blank or empty. Alright, so right now our pointer is here at the top of our paper, or the top of our document, and we are going to start typing our letter. Okay, see how it puts the dots between the words for your spacing, your non-printing characters. Okay. The next thing we want to do is press our backspace 4 times to get rid of avenue. We want to change that. We're going to change that to street. So we're going to put the abbreviation for street. Now use your left arrow key and press it 6 times. Alright, that should put your insertion point between the K and the E and Parker. You're going to press the delete key twice, which takes it to Park Street. Okay, now we want to move our insertion point back to the end and press enter. Okay, we don't want to do the spacing, so hit backspace and hit shift enter to take it to the very next line, instead of putting a line between, an empty line in between. We don't want to double space this. Okay, and then we're going to put in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so now we have our address there. Now we want to press the enter key again, which takes us to our 3rd paragraph. You can see here your character marking changed to show that there was a shift enter used right here. Okay, so now we want to save this. You can either press save here, press your disk again, or you can hit Control S on your keyboard and that will save your document up until this point. Remember to save your files often, because everything's in RAM, like we talked about earlier, and if you lose power and you haven't saved it, then you've lost your document. So make sure you save often. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is autocomplete. When you insert dates, you can take advantage of something called autocomplete, which is a feature that automatically inserts dates and other regularly used items. To insert the date with autocomplete, type the first 4 characters of all months except May, June, and July, and a screen tip appears telling you that you can press enter to insert the month. If you want to type something other than the month name suggested, just continue to type and the screen tip will disappear. Okay, if you type the current month, and it is not May, June, or July, another screen tip will appear after you press the space bar, instructing you to press the enter key to insert the current date into the form. Okay, so if we do that right now, if we start putting in September, I can press enter and add September. I can hit the space and I can put in today's date. Okay? So that's how autocomplete works. Alright, we're going to take that out because it's not the date that it tells you to put into this paper. It tells you to put in October 25th, 2016. And then press enter. Alright, so that's how autocomplete works. And then we took that out. I use backspace to get back out and put in the date that it tells you to use in the text. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is autocorrect. Autocorrect feature automatically corrects certain misspelled words and typing errors. For example, if you put in TEH and press the space, it's going to turn it into THE. Okay. Additionally, printed publications usually include typographic characters, which are special characters that are not included on the standard keyboard, such as your trademark or copyright symbols. So if I put in parentheses C parentheses, notice that it turns it into the copyright symbol. All right. On page 314 in your book, the exhibit 10-3 shows some common typographic characters inserted with autocorrect. It shows you what you can type and what it converts it to. A few of those you might actually use, such as your registered trademark, your copyright. I know a lot of you use the smiley face when you type. So those are there on page 314. So we're going to continue on with the example. We're going to press enter once again to put a blank line or a blank paragraph in there. And then we're going to type in dear with double caps there. We're going to do it this way. If you press the space bar, it auto-corrects the capitalization error that you made. Okay? Then we're going to put in Ms. Callahan. And a colon. Alright, and then we want to press enter to move to a new paragraph. We're going to type from. Press the space. It corrects your capitalization for the beginning of a sentence. And then we're going to continue our typing. Okay, notice I used a lowercase I. When I press the space bar, it is going to capitalize I. Okay, it's going to correct my capitalization mistake or misspelling there. Okay, same thing here. I misspelled you. I'm going to press the space bar and it's going to correct my spelling for me. Okay. Okay, do not type a period after industries. Alright, type paren or paren. Okay. As soon as you type the closing paren, the character turns into your registered trademark symbol. Okay, and it's changed to a superscript there. And then we will type the period to complete the sentence. Okay, and it should look something like the figure on page 315. Alright, autocorrect will also format website addresses that start with HTTP and www, and email addresses as hyperlinks or links. To indicate that the text is a link, the text is changed to a color and is underlined. When text is formatted as a link, you can click it to open your browser and go to that web page or open a new email message addressed to that email address. You rarely want to retain link formatting in printed documents. To remove the link formatting, you right-click the link to display a shortcut menu that includes commands for working with a link. Alright. Exhibit 10-5 on the next page. You'll look at that, and it will show you that it says click to remove hyperlink on the shortcut menu to remove link formatting. Okay. So we're going to format text as a link and remove the link. So press enter and type in, we're on page 316 if you're trying to follow in the book, or if you just want to follow on the screen. We'll continue typing our letter. Alright, and then press the enter key. Autocorrect changes it to a hyperlink, and it's underlined in blue. Alright, we can right click this hyperlink, and just like it shows us in Exhibit 10-5, we can go to the remove hyperlink in the menu, and it changes the text to ordinary black text, and it's no longer a link. On our quick access button up here, we're going to click save. Okay. Now moving on in your book, we're going to talk about inserting symbols. Sometimes you need to insert a character or symbol that is not automatically entered with autocorrect. To do this, you click the symbol button in the symbols group on the insert tab to display your symbol gallery. If the symbol you want to use appears in the gallery, simply click it to insert it. If the symbol does not appear in the gallery, go to More Symbols to open the symbol dialog box and then choose the symbol you want in there. And it gives you some pictures of the symbol gallery and the symbol dialog box there on page 317 in your book. So we are in the body of our letter. In the first paragraph, click after the period at the end of the second sentence. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we want to click here. After your registered trademark symbol, and then press your space bar, and then we're going to continue typing on our letter. Do not type the period. Okay. To finish typing the word resume, you need to use the symbol dialog box. So on the ribbon, click the Insert tab. In the symbol group, click the symbol button. And then the symbol gallery will open. Below the gallery, click More Symbols. The symbol dialog box opens. Okay. First, you examine the types of symbols you can insert. So, you have recently used, you have currency, Latin. You can go through the different symbols. Okay. So scroll through the list of symbols to see the types of symbols you can use. Click the front arrow and scroll to the bottom of the list and then click Wingdings. All right. The symbols change to display the symbols in the Wingdings font. Click the Special Characters tab. A list of special characters appears, including the paragraph symbol. Now you'll insert the correct character. Click the Symbol tab, click the front arrow, scroll to the top of the font list. Okay. Symbols tab, font arrow, top of the font list, and then click Normal Text. Okay, so we went back to normal text. Click the subset arrow and then click Latin-1 supplement. Okay, here's your subset arrow, and we want Latin 1 supplement. The list scrolls to display the first row in the Latin 1 supplement subset. Click the down scroll arrow 3 times to scroll the list 3 rows. Okay. Lowercase characters appear in the bottom row. In the last row of the symbols, click the E character right here with the accent over it, the accent going pointed to the right. Okay, and then click Insert. The symbol is inserted in the document. Click to close the dialog box. All right. Type SUM. Then go back to Insert, Symbols. Click the symbol button. The E symbol appears as the first symbol in the gallery now, right here, because you just used it. In the gallery, click the symbol, and the gallery closes and the symbol is inserted into the document. Type a period. The last sentence in the first paragraph is now, I've enclosed a copy of my resume. Click the blank paragraph at the end of the document. Type your name. Your name, not my name. This is just an example. And then save the document. Click the File tab and click Close. Okay, so you completed that first short little document. All right, now when you create a new document, you can start with a new blank document, as you just did, and type your letter yourself, or you can start with an existing document. For example, if you saved a closed document, you can reopen it and continue working with it. If you simply open a document, make changes, and then save the document, the original document is modified. If you want the original document to remain unchanged, you can create a copy of the original document using the Save As command and renaming it. Okay? So we're going to click the File tab, and then we're going to do the Open. Okay? It opens here in the Backstage view and Open. We're going to click Computer and Browse. And I've included on Blackboard the Chapter 10 folder, so you'll need to download that and unzip it if you haven't already done so. Mine I have saved on the desktop. Okay, so we want to navigate here, and we want to click on Resume and click Open. Okay, it opens that up for us. All right. We're going to click the file. We're going to click Save As. And we're going to save that back to the computer, wherever you're saving your files. I'm going to drop mine back on my desktop. If you've got a folder on your flash drive, that would be great. And we're going to save this as Resume Final. Okay. If necessary, you can navigate wherever you need to. Make sure you click Save after you name it. And we're going to open the document Letter 2. So we're going to navigate back to that folder that had all of our items in it that we downloaded. And we want the Letter 2. We're going to open it up. And we're going to save it as Cover Letter. So we're going to do a File, Save As. I'm going to, like I said, place it on my desktop. I've got all the others on my desktop. And we're going to save it as Cover Letter. All right. Okay. One of the fundamental features of Word is the ability to easily edit text without retyping the entire document. When you edit a document, you can type additional text in the document, delete text from the document, and replace text with already existing text copied from another document, copied or moved. To replace existing text, you select the text you no longer want and then start typing. The text you type replaces the text that you selected, no matter how much text is selected. There is no need to press the delete key to remove the selected text. Okay, so we're going to replace some selected text. So in our cover letter, in the body of the letter, in the first sentence, in the first paragraph, click before the from, but do not release the mouse. And then drag it across from the information on your website, I understand, and then release your mouse. So we want to select this text here. Okay? So the text you drag across is now selected. Type an L. The selected text is replaced with the character you typed. Okay, so then we're going to change our text. Larry Cohen. Okay. So now that it says Larry Cohen told me that you are looking for an assistant. Okay? You learned how to use the cut, copy, and paste command at some point. It says Chapter 9. We didn't work with Chapter 9. So, we'll have a quick one right here. Okay, so if we select this right here, your cut, copy, and paste is right here. So if we cut it, and I drop down to the bottom and create a new paragraph a couple of spaces down and do a paste, it's going to move that. Alright, Control Z. I'm going to take that out. Now, I still have that same selected. I'm going to do a copy. And I can go here in the middle of my document and paste it. Okay, so that's how cut, copy, and paste works. Alright. So, another technique for moving and copying text is drag and drop. Drag and drop means to select text and then drag the selected text to a new location. As you drag, a vertical line follows the pointer, indicating where the selected text will be placed when you release the mouse button. Okay, unlike the cut or copy commands, when you use drag and drop, the text you drag is not placed on the clipboard. If you want to paste the text you drag to another location, you need to drag it again or use the cut or copy command. Okay, so you don't have a copy in your clipboard, so you can't paste it more than once. If I go down here, it's in my clipboard, I can paste it again. And again. and again because it's saved on my clipboard. Okay. But if I drag and drop, it's not copied to the clipboard, so you can't paste it a second or third or fourth time. Okay, so now if we scroll the document until you see both the second paragraph in the body of the letter and the closing signature. So we want to be able to see the second paragraph and the closing signature. In the body of the letter, move the pointer to the left of the first line of the second paragraph. Okay, your pointer will change to a white open outlined arrow. Press and hold the mouse button. The first line in the second paragraph is selected. Still pressing the mouse button, drag down until all 5 lines in the second paragraph are selected. And then release the mouse button. Point to the selected text so that the pointer changes to an open arrow pointing the opposite direction. Press and hold the mouse button. After a moment, the pointer will change. Okay, it has a little outlined box underneath it, and it gets skinnier. Okay, and it has that black vertical line will appear within the selected text. There's that vertical line. You see it moving with it. Okay. Drag to the closing until the vertical line is positioned before the word sincerely. This shows that the selected text will be positioned before the word sincerely. Release the mouse button. The selected text paragraph is now the last paragraph in the body of the letter. In the body of the letter, in the second sentence in the first paragraph, select Sanford Industries. Point to the selected text, press and hold the Control key, and then press and hold the mouse button. After a moment, the pointer changes to indicate that the text you're dragging is being copied instead of moved. Alright, drag the selected text down to the beginning of the second paragraph in the body of the letter until the vertical line indicates that it will appear between the words at and I. And then release your key. No, it moved it. Okay. All right, let me try this again. Alright, now release. I did it again. Okay. Can't get that one to work right. Let's try this one more time. Okay, you have to, one more time, I'll do this and walk you through it. Point to it, hold down the Control and the mouse. When the pointer is changed, pull that pointer to where you want the word to be copied, release the mouse, and then release the Control key. Okay? That's how it copies. You're holding the Control. It now appears after the word at, so the beginning of the second paragraph is now at Sanford Industries I assist. Okay. When more than one document is open in a program window, there are several ways you can switch to the other open document. One way is to switch to another open file in the program is to point to the program button on the taskbar to display thumbnails of the open files in that program, and then click the thumbnail. When you select one of the two open files, a File Explorer window. Alright, so in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, you can also use the Switch Windows button on the View tab. Okay, so on the ribbon, click your View tab. In the window group, click the Switch Windows button. The two open documents are listed in the menu that appears. There's a check mark next to cover letter because that is the current open document. We're going to click Resume Final to switch. Okay, the menu closes and your Resume Final opens. Once you have entered the text of a document, you can change how it looks. That is, you can format it. The purpose of formatting is to make the document attractive, emphasize certain points in the document, and make the organization and flow of the document clear to readers. You can format the document by changing the style of the text, adding color to text, or add shading behind text, adding borders, and adding and removing space between lines and paragraphs. To format text, you can either select text that is already entered and then change the format, or you can change the format and then type, and all of the text from that point on will retain the new formatting. An easy way to change the look of a document is to change the font. The font is a design or set of characters. Okay? For example, the font used for the text you are reading right now is Saban font, and the font used for the heading, changing the font and font size, is Euro style font. To change the font, select the text you want to change, or position the insertion point at the location where you want to start your new typing, and click the font box arrow in the font group on the Home tab. Right up here, you're in the fonts. Font, actually, we are not seeing the fonts that they said we are. We are seeing Calibri 11 as our default font. Okay? Okay. So if we click this arrow, we can go down and choose any font. If we select some text, it's using Calibri, and let's do it this way. Let's move that over and let me see if you can see. Yeah, you can. Alright, as you scroll over the different fonts, can you see that my selected item up there is giving you a preview in that font? Okay. We can scroll way down and I can select another one. We can roll through these and it's giving you an example of what it will look like in that font. Okay. So, the list of all fonts is a complete alphabetical list of all available fonts. Okay, they're in alphabetical order. I'm not sure exactly how many fonts are in Word, but there are a lot. If you'll just start scrolling through the list, you can see it's pretty extensive. There are a lot of available fonts. Okay. Fonts are measured in points, which are units of measurement. 1 point equals 1/72 of an inch. Text in a book is typically printed in 10 or 12 point type. The font size of this text is 11. Okay. And the font size of headings are usually set in 14. Text is usually anywhere from 10 to 12. Headings are usually 14, sometimes 16. Alright, so let's take a look at changing the font and font size. So let me zoom back out from here, back down to 100, and select everything. So I'm going to press Control A, which will select all of my text in the document. On the Home tab, in the font group, I'm going to click my box, which is showing Calibri Body. Alright, Calibri Body shaded blue because that's what I'm currently using. I'm going to point to several fonts. We just looked at Live Preview. I'm not going to do the Live Preview again. I want to look for Verdana. So I'm just going to scroll down in my list and look for Verdana. Okay. My font gallery closes once I've selected Verdana. With all the text in the document still selected on the Home tab, let's play with the sizing a little bit. Take it down to 9, up to 18, or well, I took it to 20, 14. Let's take it back to 11. Okay, that's a good size. On the Home tab, in the font group, click the Decrease Font Size button, which is right here. And if you see, you have screen tips pop up when you hover over these. We're going to click that once and take it down to 10. We're going to click a blank area of the document to deselect everything. In the third paragraph of the document, we're going to double click Qualifications. Okay. We're going to press and hold the Control key and drag across Education in the 8th paragraph. Okay. And then release the Control key. Qualifications and Education are both now selected. In the font group, click the Increase Font Size twice to change those to 12. Alright, at the top of the document, select Michael Cabeas. On the Home tab, in the font group, click the Font Size box arrow and change it to 20. Okay. To make text stand out, you can change the style of the font, such as by applying bold and italics. To change the style, you use the formatting commands on your Home tab in the font group. So with Michael Cabeas still selected, press and hold the Control key and select Qualifications and Education. And then you can release the Control key. This is how you select non-sequential material, okay, is using the Control key. On the Home tab, we're going to click the bold button, or you can use Control B on your keyboard and bold those items, okay. We're going to scroll down so that you can see the first 2 paragraphs under Education. In the second line below that heading, select Cum Laude. In the font group, click the Italic button, or Control I. The button toggles on and the selected text is italicized. Scroll down a few more lines and then select the line that starts with Internships, Sanford Industries. Format this line so that it is bold. Alright. Changing text color. Another way to emphasize text is to use color. Judicious use of color makes headings or other important text stand out. To apply color to text, you will click the Font Color button arrow in the font group on the Home tab to open the document's color palettes. The color palette contains a top row of colors labeled Theme Colors. The next 5 rows under the theme colors are lighter and darker variations of a theme color. The specific theme colors available might change from one document to another. The row of colors under the standard colors label does not change from one document to the next. This row of colors is always available. So we're going to work with colors. So we're going to change the color of our text. We're going to select qualifications and education. Okay. And with those selected on the Home tab in the font group, we're going to click the font color button, which is right here. In the theme colors section in the first row, point to the orange color right here. Okay, it's orange accent 2. You can see that from the screen tip that it gives you. We're going to click on that. All right. In the theme colors section in the first row, click the blue-gray text 2 color. That's gray. Okay, right there, blue-gray text 2. Use the screen tip to identify the color. The selecting headings are now blue. It didn't. Okay, I've got to reselect them because I lost them. But we're going to change them to blue. Okay. Click a blank area of the document to deselect the headings. Okay, so they're now blue. You can kind of compare your paper to Exhibit 10-13 on 324 to see if how it's looking. All right, so the next section talks about formatting your paragraphs. So paragraph spacing refers to the space that appears directly above and below a paragraph. Remember, in Word, any text that ends with the paragraph mark or paragraph symbol. So a paragraph can be a group of words that is many lines long, a single word, or even a blank line, in which case the only character on the line is a paragraph mark symbol. Paragraph spacing is measured in points. The default setting for paragraph spacing in Word is 0 points before each paragraph and 8 points after. To adjust paragraph spacing, you use the before and after boxes in the spacing section in the paragraph group on the Page Layout tab. You can also use the Add Space Before Paragraph or Remove Space After Paragraph commands on the Line and Paragraph Spacing button menu in the paragraph group on the Home tab. Alright, so under the Education heading, select the 2 lines that start with University of Chicago and BA cum laude. So we want to select these 2 lines. In the paragraph group, in the spacing, on the ribbon, click Page Layout. Okay, I skipped a step. Page Layout. In the paragraph group, in the spacing section, 8 point appears in the after box. Right here. Okay. Indicating that there is 8 points of space after each of the selected paragraphs. In the paragraph group, in the spacing section, click the after box down arrow twice. The value in the after box changes to 0 points and the extra space is removed after the selected paragraph. Select the Qualifications and Education headings. In the paragraph group, in the spacing section, click the before box up arrow twice. The space above the selected paragraph increases to 12 points. Switch to the cover letter document at this point. Okay. Select the first 3 lines in the inside address. Maureen Callahan through 132 South Canal Street. Well, okay. On the ribbon, click the Home tab. In the paragraph group, click the Line and Paragraph Spacing button. A menu of line spacing options appears with 2 paragraph spacing commands at the bottom. At the bottom of the menu, click Remove Space After Paragraph. The menu closes and the 8 points of space are removed after each of the selected paragraphs. Click anywhere in the first paragraph, the first line in the return address, and then remove the space after it. Okay. So then now it looks like this. Alright. So let's do a Control S on this one and save it. And let's flip back for just a second to our resume and save our changes in our resume. And then come back to our cover letter. Alright. So line spacing is the amount of space that appears between lines of text within a paragraph. Word offers a number of preset line spacing options. Paragraphs formatted with the 1.0 setting are called single-spaced. Single spacing allows the least amount of space between lines, especially no extra space. Paragraphs formatted with 2.0 setting are called double-spaced and have a blank line of space between each line of text in the paragraph. The default line spacing setting is 1.08, which allows a little more space between lines than 1.0. The 1.08 line space setting is designed to make it easier to read text on a computer screen. So we're going to do some adjusting of line spacing. So on the Home tab on the ribbon in the Editing group, click the Selection button. Alright, so after we hit the Select button, click Select All, which selects all of your text. On the Home tab in the Paragraph group, click the Line and Paragraph Spacing button. Alright, none of it has a check mark beside of it. This is because the default line space setting for the selected text is 1.08 and this option does not appear on the menu. On the menu, click 1.0. Spacing between lines in each paragraph is changed to single spacing. Okay? Let's deselect everything. Deselect everything and save it. Alright, now let's talk about alignment. Normal paragraphs are left aligned. They are flush with the left margin and ragged or uneven along the right margin. Right aligned paragraphs are aligned along the right margin and ragged or uneven on the left. Paragraphs that are centered are positioned midway between the left and right margins and ragged along both margins. Justified paragraphs are flush with both the left and right margins. Text in newspaper columns are often justified. The paragraph group on the Home tab includes a button for each of the 4 types of alignment. To align a single paragraph, click anywhere in that paragraph and then click the appropriate alignment button. To align multiple paragraphs, select the paragraphs and then click an Align button. Alright, we're going to switch to our resume. At the top of the document, select the first two lines of text, Michael's name and the address. On the ribbon on the Home tab, locate the Align Left button. Alright, that should be what is chosen right now. The shaded blue to indicate it is already chosen. On the Home tab, in the paragraph group, click the Center button. Okay, so it adjusts. Select the paragraphs are centered horizontally. Select the Qualifications and Education headings. In the paragraph group, click the Right Align buttons. Right Align button toggles on and the selected paragraphs are then right aligned. In the paragraph group, click the Align Left button again. The selected headings are then left aligned once more. That just shows you the different ways of alignment. Let me pick here and we'll click Justified. Well, let's see. Let me find something to do a Justified on. You can subtly see if you toggle it on and off, you can see how it adds a little bit of space when it justifies. Okay. Alright. We're going to leave it like it is. Alright, using tabs. A tab stop is a location on the horizontal ruler where the insertion point moves when you press the tab key. Tab stops are useful for aligning small amounts of data in columns and for positioning some of the text on a line so it is centered or right aligned while leaving the beginning of the line left aligned. If the Show Hide button is selected, you can see the non-printing character for a tab that is inserted when you press the tab key. A tab is just like any other character you type. You can delete it by pressing the backspace key or the delete key. The default tab stop appears every 1/2 inch on the horizontal ruler. You can override the default tab stops by setting custom tab stops. The 4 types of tab stops are left, center, right, and decimal. The default one is your left tab. The top of page 328 in Exhibit 10-18, you get some examples of these tab stops. Shows your different styles. It also includes the bar tab stop, and this is not actually a tab stop. It simply inserts a vertical line or the bar in the document at the location of the stop place on the ruler. To set a tab stop, you first select a tab stop style using the selector located on the left of the horizontal ruler, and then click on the horizontal ruler while where you want to insert the tab stop. The default tab stop style is the left tab. When you click the tab selector, you cycle through the 4 types of tab stops and then through 2 markers that can be used to set indents. To return to the left tab style, continue clicking the tab selector until it returns to the left tab style. When you insert a tab stop, all of the default tab stops to its left are removed. This means you press the tab key and only once to move the insertion point to the newly created tab stop. No matter where it is on the ruler, the left tab style is selected by default and is probably the tab style you will use most often. Okay, so let's insert, or let's try using some tabs. You scroll down so the paragraph containing experience is at the top of the document window. Okay, right here. There's experience. All right, there's experience. In the line beginning with internship, below the experience paragraph, click immediately before the word Sanford. Press the backspace key to delete the space. Then press the tab key. Okay, a tab symbol appears, and the text after the tab symbol moves so it is aligned at the next default tab stop. Okay, which is at the 1-inch mark. When the insertion point in the line that begins with internship on the horizontal ruler, click the 2-inch mark. Okay. When I click the 2-inch mark, Word inserts a left tab stop at the location and removes the default tab stop to its left. The text after the tab character shifts to the right and is left aligned with the 2-inch mark. Press the tab key again. The text shifts right to the next tab stop, which is the default of 2.5. To the left of the horizontal ruler, click the tab selector. It changes to show the center tab style. Click the tab selector again. It changes to show the right tab style. On the horizontal ruler, click the 6-inch mark. A right tab stop is added to the ruler at the 6-inch mark, and the text after the second tab symbol shifts left so that it's right aligned with the 6-inch mark. On the ruler, point to the right tab stop. And then press and hold the mouse button. A dotted vertical line will appear. Press. Okay. Drag the right tab stop to the right until it is on top of the small triangle marker at the 6.5-inch mark on the ruler. And then release the mouse button. The right tab stop is repositioned. Okay. At the 2-inch mark on the horizontal ruler, drag the left tab stop down off the ruler. The left tab stop is removed from the ruler. Hang on. The text after the second tab in the current paragraph moves to the next line. Okay, so that is right. Moves to the next line. This is because there are 2 tab characters in the line. The first tab in the line moves the text after it to the tab stop at the right margin, and the second in the line moves the text after it to the next tab stop. Because the first tab stop is at the right margin, the text after that tab stop is moved to the next line. Click to the left of Sanford and then press the backspace key. The second tab character is deleted and the text after the only tab symbol is in the line Right aligns properly at the right tab stop you inserted. Okay, so you've created and adjusted tab stops in your document. Alright, so let's talk about creating a bulleted list, which is a group of related paragraphs with a symbol such as a dot, dash, or other character that appears to the left of each paragraph. When you create a bulleted list, the bullet symbol is placed at the beginning of the paragraph and a tab character is inserted between the bullet symbol and the text in the paragraph. You can click the bullets button to create a bulleted list using the default or last used bullet symbol, or you can click the bullets button arrow to select a different symbol from the gallery. Alright. Below the qualifications heading, select the text for paragraphs beginning with highly motivated through proficient with both. Alright, on the Home tab in the paragraph group, click the bullet button. The bullets button toggles on, black circles appear as bullets before each selected paragraph, and the bulleted list is indented. In the paragraph group, click the bullet button arrow. A gallery of bullet styles opens. In the bullet library section of the gallery, point to the bullet style to see a live preview of the bullet styles in the document. And you can see it changes as you hover over each one. In the bullet library section, click the 4 diamond shape. Your round bullets are now replaced with your diamond symbol. Scroll down until you see the line starting with internship. And then select the 4 paragraphs. Beginning with, develop relationships with, through, maintained, and updated existing. In the paragraph group, click the bullet button. The selected paragraph is formatted as a bulleted list with the 4 diamond symbol that you have already chosen as your character. Scroll so the first bullet item under qualifications is at the top of the window, and compare your screen to 10-21 on page 331. So it should look something like this. Okay, creating a numbered list. For a group of related paragraphs that have a particular order or procedure or steps, you can use numbers instead of bullets to create a numbered list. If you insert a new paragraph, delete a paragraph, or reorder the paragraph in a numbered list, Word adjusts the numbers to make sure they remain consecutive. As with the bullet button, you can use the numbering button to apply the default or last used numbering style, or you can click the numbering button arrow to open a gallery of number styles. Okay, so we're going to switch now to our cover letter. Save this one and switch to our cover letter. Scroll so you can see the salutation, Dear Miss Callahan. So it appears at the top of the window, so that we're at this point here. In the body of the letter, below the 3rd paragraph, select the 3 paragraphs starting with verifying radio frequency through updating existing customer database. On the Home tab in the paragraph group, click the numbering button. Selected paragraph changes to a numbered list. On the Home tab in the paragraph group, click the numbering button arrow. A gallery of numbering formats appears. In the gallery, click the numbering style that shows Arabic numerals followed by a right paren. The gallery closes and the style of numbers in the selected paragraph is changed. In the paragraph group, click the Bullets button. The selected number list is changed to a bulleted list with the default bullet symbol. Okay, let's save it up to this point. Right, I'm checking to see how much more we like on this one. We still have a good bit to go, and I know it's tedious sitting through very long videos. So I'm actually going to stop this video and then pick up the next video where we've left off, which is on page 332. We'll pick up there and finish up the chapter.